So back in the day, and you have to excuse me, I'm a little sweaty because I just came out from, or getting back in from my afternoon walk. An old guy's got to do what an old guy's got to do. But anyway, when I was much younger, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I gave out trust like it was water. I gave out trust because at the end of the day, I wanted to be liked, but I knew that I wanted to be liked because of subliminal messages that I got throughout my formative years where I wasn't good enough, that I was second class, that I didn't matter. I just heard everything negative connotation you could hear, I heard. And then as it got into my 20s and early 30s, I still heard that same message. So what I would do is I would just treat anybody that befriended me as if they were my friend. And my ideology was that I would trust you until you gave me a reason not to trust you, which ordinarily wouldn't be a bad thing, except that there's a lot of bad folks out there that have ulterior motives, or excuse me, ulterior motives. And so they would take some things that I told them in confidence and then later either broadcast it publicly or they would use it in some way to weaponize it against me. After a while, you get tired of that. And so then I developed this cynicism where I just wasn't going to trust you. I didn't like being like that, but I realized that that was the world that I was living in and I had to adapt. Very similar to the world that we're living in now, and we have to adapt. So, what I mean by trust, if you're going to trust the right person. Just because you may be romantically involved with them, you may be related to them, they may be peers, there may be co workers, there may be supervisors, but until they have earned your trust, don't give it to them. You'll find out later that that may have been the case and that's what you needed to live by. That was the code that you lived by. I love trusting people because I think that that's a virtue. Unfortunately, we have a demographic in our society that believes that trust and anything that's positive is a weakness, and that the only signs of strength the only positive thing would be showing signs of strength and dominance. That's also what we're living in right now. So as a result, you got to be doubly mindful of who you trust. Because just like I said earlier, everybody that you trust, everybody that claims to like you, even everybody that claims to love you, ain't necessarily your friend. So just trust the right folks. Do your homework on these folks, vet them. Whether it's in business, whether it is in friendships, whether it is in romantic relationships, vet them because you may find out that they're not worth your trust. And that's why you can trust the right folks and give all that love to them. For those other folks that don't really give a damn, all right, put them off to the side. If they're family, love them from a distance until they prove themselves worthy of your trust. Make sure that they are worthy of your time. Make sure that they are worthy of you. All right? That's all that Unc got to say. Enjoy your weekend. Take care, fam.